What's up, guys? Professor Andre here. So I'm gonna teach you guys now how to master the guillotine. So we have thousands of students that train with us, and everybody starts training Jiu-Jitsu has the hardest time mastering the arm in guillotine. What's the difference between the arm in guillotine and the regular guillotine? Of course, the arm, right? But if I have his head only and his arms outside, it's pretty easy to get the finish. Anywhere that I squeeze, I'm gonna get his neck. There's too much pressure. But this is a lot harder to set it up. The guillotine that's a lot easier to set it up is what we call the arm in guillotine, where I have his head and I have his arm. So his arm is inside the choke. This is a lot easier setup, but a lot harder finish. Maybe not harder, but more technical. So you gotta get this down correctly. Now, the good news is, once you learn it and you do it right, you get the technical aspect of the arm and guillotine, it becomes unstoppable. Like, the guys that have really good guillotines become really hard to take down. Because every time like you're shooting for wrestling takedowns, they're catching the neck, and you're having to either back away from the wrestling takedown or you get tapped out. So check this out, let's learn how to do this right. So my partner is here, I catch his head and I catch his arm. Number one thing I want you guys to learn right off the bat, you do not sink your full arm through. If you sink your full arm through, meaning you connect your bicep, back of your elbow to his neck, you are taking away one of the most powerful parts of the guillotine, which is this, lifting your hand up against your partner's throat. So you see where I wear my watch? It's summer right now, so it's all white. Where I wear my watch is exactly where I want you guys to place on your partner's throat. So actually, when you set up the proper guillotine, there will be a gap between your elbow, the back of your elbow, and his neck. If you're connecting, you're no good. So there needs to be that gap. So I can place the wearable right up against his throat. Now guys, once I get that in place, my right hand is gonna come underneath and it's going to give support to the other hand. Okay, cool. Next part of the technique that is crucial. Most people when they get here, so I have the guillotine in place, I block the upper body. A lot of times guys that are learning the guillotine, and you see like this in UFC, you see this in like high level fighting. Guys are trying to pull the head away from the body and using, you see guys like this? No bueno. So when you get the guillotine, you're actually not gonna try to pull your partner's head away from his body. No, stop that. You gotta actually push his head into him. So coming back, I get the guillotine, I wrap it, I start falling on my left side, I trap. Now I side crunch. I use my armpit to push his head down and I elevate my wrist up against his throat. And we get the finish. See how quick that was? How effortless it was? So if I just push, of course, if I just side crunch, just so you guys can see, and I don't pull, I can like push it in, right? But if also at the same time, I try to pull my hand up and I pull his head up, really hard to get the finish. So I'm gonna do both. I am going to side crunch as I pull my hand up. And you see how that gap closes. So right now, this is his neck. I am pushing in and I am pulling up and I am closing that gap and then making extremely powerful. So check it out. Now with the finish. Trap, land, fall, control the body, side crunch, push up. Really quick tap, effortlessly. Now, bonus here, guys. What happens a lot of times on this position, like notice how I don't have a close guard? I need to trap his upper body, otherwise he rolls. So guys get desperate here and they start falling over away from my leg. So really start falling over away from me. I use my legs, I pull myself up, go straight to mount. Now guys, notice I still have the guillotine in place. And I'm going to finish the exact same way. Side crunch, pull, and finish from mount position. So guys, the guillotine is a extremely powerful attack, but you gotta master, you gotta do the technique right. And that's all through Jiu-Jitsu. You gotta get the positions, study the positions, fine tune it, and get it right. Guillotine is one that every time guys come here to train, and I see this from like white belts and black belts. I see this on like competitors. Doing the guillotine, not proper technique. So study this technique, Comments down below what you thought about this technique and tag us. Let us know how many people you actually submitted using this technique. Guys, let's get it down. See you guys in the next video.